about catcalling. I wonder, is this poem his or is it mine? Like, is this my body still breathing or just the scene of a crime? Once a man told me he fantasizes about saving the world. I said, I lie awake at night trying to save myself as a little girl. So I play God in my verses. Create a world without rape whistles and purses. I create men made from my pen and not me from their rib. I create escapes from my mistakes, because to call me a poet is to call me a god. If this was my poem, it would end with me standing alone at his catcall. I would skin him from the eyes, make his windpipe mine. You'd hear only his cries. I want that kind of faith in my figure. Taking up space, shouting like pulling a trigger. Give me that power, that hatred, that roar. You want my body? I want yours more. All right. Now we're getting back into our second round. We got all our judges. We got one. We got, where's there? Two. We got. All right, bet. All right, we got three.
I'm back at square one, staring at pools of my own blood, wondering where this all came from and how I ended up inside some place I never imagined I'd be. I hear the king has set me free, yet I'm still fighting the same demons from age 16, and depression is depressing. I want to evict her. Want to experience joy first, to see a world in technicolor, to not fear the idea of lovers, and yet I'm stuck in this place. I pray, and then I remain the same. I claim I'm on the way to make a change and stay in the same role I played yesterday, so to whom shall I complain? Who's gonna listen to my broken refrain? I ain't got much of a praise, but I hear you like listening, so Lord, please come save me. The devil's trying to bury me alive, and I know that it's not my time, so teach me how to love this life, because you're the only one with the might. Remind me that your spirit can delight. Supply me with faith that it gets better than tonight, because Lord, you said I won't cry. Promise, there will be no tears shed in heaven, and my destination is now predestined, but in the present, I'm still learning lessons that I'd rather forget. Like digging my own claws into my neck, switching a razor till I saw red, letting demons fill up my head, and yet here I am. In your grace I stand, survive this harrowed land, and I know I should lift up a hand and give you a praise. But I'm afraid, especially today, I don't want him to revisit me. Jesus, I'm scared I won't be the same. Because I haven't drawn blood in months. It nearly surprised me to see it up front. The alcohol after still leaves the blood, but I know it's necessary to clean it up. And man, this story is getting gory. I want to refocus on your glory. I don't know what's next in store for me, but I found that when it rains, it's pouring. And sometimes I am too proud to swim. Instead, I let my mind drift, falling into temptation and confused when my mind is breaking. And sometimes life ain't fair. I break apart when you aren't there. And I could try to thrive outside here, but that's like placing a fish in midair and being surprised when I choke. The spirit realm has never been a joke. I try to survive off of real-time smoke, but your conviction always starts to poke right at my side. And then it blinds my eye, starts to stir up something different inside, and I begin to cry, start questioning why I seem to always try to look at you and deny your underbounding grace. It's been a year, and yet I still fear the sight of your face. I'm far too unholy. Your glory might break this glass facade I've been trying to create, starring world as worldly girl. Obsessed with fitting into this world, trading the natural for some blonde curls. I'd give anything to be someone's pearls. Guess I just never learned my lesson. Adopted by the Most High, yet I'm still fumbling with rejection, getting my life to the divine, yet I'm blocking all my messages, questioning why, yet I'm ignoring the blessing. So let's end this. God, make a change in me. Every time I fight the battle, my hands get bloody, and I don't like looking ugly, but your spirit is lovely. So please just wrap and hug me, just show me something. Be that small, still voice. Remind me I still have a choice. Turn down the demonic noise. Poise me in your perfect poise. Set fire to my will and help me to follow yours. To show me that in this life I can still reach for more.
Give it up to the poet! to 3 this time. Crazy like that. All right. Judges, 1, 2, 3. All right, on deck we got Queen of Drafts, but coming to the stage, please give it up for Kitty Bailey! Woo! Yeah! Woo!
I never knew it was possible for a beer lover to hate a beer so much. But we all know it's not the beer that they hate, the beer that they guzzled down their throat for years, brought to every party, swore up and down it was their favorite drink. The deep blue can turned to worse beer once more colors were added to it or the face of a trans woman was plastered on the front of it. Now their favorite beer has become target practice, a baseball, a disgrace. Now they would rather be caught dead before taking one last sip of their favorite beer. Now sometimes I wish they would take one last sip so that they can be caught dead the same way that my community is caught dead every day for nothing other than being themselves. I hope when they go to take a shower tonight that Bud Light starts pouring out like a yeast waterfall. I hope when they go to water their plants that the hose starts spewing out Bud Light so that they never have the chance to grow a plentiful garden. So that it dies like Tatiana LaBelle, Ashia Davis, Ashley Burton, all black trans women having 3 targets attached to their back, the majority always ready to attack, beaten, stabbed, and shot and left into the streets their life, morphed into concrete, people's nieces, people's sisters, people's daughters, taken away in a flash, their life, thrown away like it was a piece of trash. Trans lives should not be a synonym for garbage. I hope when these monsters go to wash away their sins that the holy water is Bud Light. That the gore of my community is tattooed there, never leaving their sight. That when they look at their blood-stained red fists, the screams that follow keep them up at night. I hope I see a day where trans rights are actually human rights. Where humanity is given to every human regardless of what they look like or who they love. Because we preach love is love because it is. But hate is also hate. And we must recognize that people hate us enough to kill us. That people make us hate ourselves enough to kill ourselves. That sometimes being queer means it's easier to sleep forever than to take another breath. That even when you do accept and take that other breath, there will be people out there ready to vacuum seal your lungs shut, seamlessly sewing LGBTQ air vessels closed, putting the needle and the thread in the air like it is a prize. Nowadays, a drag queen is somehow more dangerous than a literal killing machine. I know being a wealthy, straight, cis, white male has always been the supreme, but how do we manage to locate so much hate in our heart for those in between? I guess that was a rhetorical question because we all know their true intention is to keep us in regression. So love is not enough to unpave these roads. I'm ready to explode, to start an uproar because I know we deserve more. I'll amass the earth's core in order for us to all be on the same page, but instead, I stand here on the stage, voice filled with rage, in hopes that someday we finally see change. Thank you.
All right, judges. 1, 2, 3. Right. On deck is Jay DeLeese, but please give it up for Queen of Drafts.
I'm washing my hands in front of a mirror. And while scrubbing, I notice the whelps across my collarbone, and suddenly, I'm in front of the mirror, lacerating my skin the way I look at a septum piercing. Like this is the only thing missing. I don't know why making a Christmas tree of me or a cutting board of my skin sounds like the same thing. Like, if it makes me feel something, it's automatically beautiful. And I know when they say adorn yourself, they don't mean like this. They don't mean like turkey still. I slit the skin first, let the blood out as if to make room for these whelps they grow. Like maybe some part of me can blossom. Turn me into a beautifully embossed ember. Don't you hear me burning? Crackling under my laughs, don't you see this charcoal ash? Whitening my smile, don't you see my soul seeping through my tongue? It is full of teeth. A cross-bearing body, stapled in position, calling on glade for a blade. I see myself,
All bloody and etch-a-sketch skin, I see a mirror, showing me all I want to be. These eyes, roaming at all like my wonder, can create all this wilderness all over me. I watch lines, turn my chest loose leaf, remember making tic-tac-toe atop or sleeve, or a plaid checkerboard bodysuit, which is to say, I've drawn lines all over me, and sometimes I think about bringing the trend back, of making a fashion statement of the spiraling, of chipping this wood like tree. I look in the mirror and see a forest fire I can't run from. So watch me blaze, all cinder and log. Watch these burns, hickey my skin. Don't we look love bite in this reflection? All light bent and fraction, I tell me. Sometimes I just love myself too hard. And suddenly there is no love that needs to be learned, because now I overlove instead of not loving me at all. I train me to glorify antonyms the way I do hunger. I look at me, thin and bruised up, call it sexy beast. My mirror holds me up and calls. I look up and see me all regular skinned and melanin unmaimed, all sad-eyed and searching for something to feel. I see me how I walk into frame, all coagulated flesh and blank canvas. The daydreams turn into this poem so I don't paint myself into the person I've always wanted to become, all tattooed, all septum, all what seems to be missing. Give it up for the poet!
Judges, I'm counting up. 1, 2, 3. All right, on deck, Bradman, but coming to the stage, give it up for Jay DeLise. This is new. New shit!
Let's go.
And it is a diss track for Broadway and the commercialization of blackness.
Let's go.
It's called A Poem in Which We Do Not Emoji Up, or Negro Day on Broadway, or Darky's Lament, Part 1. Playwright's note: the following is in essence a play or a list of demands or a chronological study about the social significance of 2 and 2 equaling 4, or what would happen if Are You Black was an essay question. It takes place here, now, everywhere, and a little to the left of 45th Street. It is crucial that this work be performed where those real people are, or more simply here, where the gaping maw of Schubert Alley might produce a soft but erotic whimper. Act 1. The overture sounds something like a cover of Juvenile's Back That Ass Up on a harpsichord. Drums are played, Florence Ziegfeld uses a champagne flute as a gun, someone mimes throwing the first brick at Stonewall in slow motion. Obama is somehow there. Rihanna's work plays softly. A member of the global majority holistically facilitates community in a decolonized manner off stage. A djembe drum is struck with a chicken wing. Flash forward. Interior. Slave quarters of the Johnson plantation, edit. The living room of Big Mama's house, edit. The block, night. The lights slowly rise on your seat. Were it not fit for someone with the disposition of someone who might have killed you to be there, or someone hired in your name to be integrated into the burning house, one might infer that you belong here. The future takes its place beneath a table. Lin-Manuel Miranda enters stage left, wins a medal, and then exits stage right. The future then speaks. They enter, pursued by a police siren. To be up performance is to suspend oneself from the ceiling of your ability to care for others. To hold space, to fetch a dialect from the liminal space between bought and soul, a metal that is not yours. To slip from back pockets, to rip open the wounds even after the skin has calloused, to bleed fake blood on stage with all the knowledge of someone who often listens from behind the door with pen and paper. To institutionalize your likeness, incarcerate your thoughts in the walls of the open sores they will try to language into an ad campaign for their own sovereignty. To sell Band-Aids branded with the names of people who have never stopped bleeding, misspelled. to paint on their scars as your own, to practice their wailing in the mirror. I might write myself a hero or a victim. I might gunshot noise, might language myself into a politic worth selling, might kill the black boy, my mother tongue. You might hear through the soft shoe tap routine that I love you, or that I want to be you, or that I want to own you for myself, because to be of the art is to exploit the art, and you and your friends, and manufacture the love from the way they applaud the scars and give a Tony to some shit name for color niggas written from the perspective of someone who has only read about black people in books to prove, smiling with stolen teeth, that colonialism can be rented. Thank you.
All right, judges. 1, 2, yes, 1, 2, 3. You're good, take your time. Fuck the score, give it up for the poet. I'm going to say that I think a couple times because I'm rushing a tiny bit, but fuck the score for the poet, fuck the score for the poet, fuck the score for the poet. That's the best I've ever spoken in my whole life. All right, closing out our second round, give it up for Bradman!
Alright, if y'all don't like this one, you have my full permission to make fun of my dumb flat-ironed hair and my whole poser attitude. Alright. The following thoughts are merely opinions and not meant to be taken as facts. Okay, let me drop some facts. New York City poetry is barely intact. Your poetry sucks. I'm sorry. It's bad. This is where I can't make eye contact with anyone, I guess, while I do this piece. You don't know that it's bad because people like it. But people are dumb, and they don't like poetry. So they like your poetry because it's bad. And it's really bad. And it's not that it's bad alone. It's a copy tone that you stole from the last person you saw reading off of their phone. Probably acting like they're breaking down, like it's the first time they ever read these words out loud, bawling with maudlin emotion while they're reading it out. But your tawdry poetry ain't worth the air you're supplying, because if all your poems sound like you're crying, you're lying. You're whining. You're prosaic. Formulaic. You're a mosaic made out of pictures of other people into something that kind of looks like you. And it looks like all the others too. You want to bitch about how life sucks, fine, but you're preaching to the choir, see? I'm tired, see? I think there's more to the art than reading your diary. So all this repetitive whining has inspired me to say something about it, even if nobody thanks me, because I'm sick of people acting like they're brilliant artists like Banksy just because they grabbed a mic and acted angsty. You touch parts of my body I don't have the names for. Snap, 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 snap. And I can't pick up my pieces with someone else's hands. Snap, snap, snaps. You taught me how to feel alone in my own bones. Go home if you're going to copy that NYU freshman. I'm a New York City poet drone. I've heard it before. It's behind every door. Hark! I can hear it all the way from 14th Street to Washington Square Park. Pain is pain, and it sucks. And it will break your goddamn heart, but it's not art. Your love was a dart in my neck that I feel every day. We are still there. Well, fuck applause. Get the crash cart. Because whether you're talking about Asgard or NASCAR, it just sounds like gas coming out your ass hard. Your pain is a fart. It takes more than hurting to make art. And yes, I am pretentious, elitist, conceited, but I feel defeated because I see the same thing recycled over and over, redone, repeated, and put on a pedestal peddled to people who purport to be part of the poetry population. This is my frustration. You think you're rapping hot ski like your man Watsky, but you're not ski. Don't confuse it. You base your style on generic pop music, amusing to people with no taste and ultimately a waste. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna take the hit. And what sucks is that a lot of y'all can write. And most of y'all have something to say. So why the fuck we all have to say it the same way? Before you spit bile, take time to make a choice. Poetry isn't about biting a style, it's about finding your voice. And I am trying to prove you don't have to pause after the first word of every new line. And I am trying to prove you don't have to pause after the first word of every new line. And I am trying to prove you don't have to build to a climax until you act exasperated. I am exasperated. Because this is not how poetry has to sound.
And I'm gonna write a poem about this, sir. Because you hurt my feelings. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Give it up to the poet, please. Judges? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I know. Okay, see, because now this is very difficult because we have 3 people with a perfect score, 1 motherfucker who just got a perfect score but went over time, and I have no idea what to do. What do I do? Okay. I'm still trying to recover from that. I'm like rethinking all my little life choices right now, and I was born in 2004, so I hope y'all are doing okay. All right, so we have 3 people with a perfect 60. So we're gonna do something that I have actually not really seen before, but I'm gonna give y'all 2 minutes to write a haiku. And then the fucking judges, you can't use tens. I love you, but you can't use tens. You gotta use decimals. All right, ready? Go. You 3 oh, sorry, I didn't say who. Lady the Phoenix, Kitty Bailey, and Queen of Drafts. Go. 1, 2, 3. I'm not actually gonna count out loud. Lady the Phoenix, Kitty Bailey, and Queen of Drafts all come up on this stage right now. Please give them a hand. Woo! Come on, you're coming up. Yeah, it's getting intense because I got a time limit, yo. All right. So we are gonna go. Come on. All right. We are gonna go. Lady the Phoenix, Kitty Bailey, Queen of Drafts. All right. You up first. All right. Try it. Help me with the.
All right, this move. Cool.
No shit, yeah, it helps.
No shit, y'all, yeah. All right. Born in the ashes, commanded to take flight. Got the heart and might.
Yeah, the heart and my. Yes! Yeah! All right, judges. 1, 2, 3.
Wait a second.
Don't do 10, yo, please. Go. Show me.
9.9.
Bruh. All right, okay, upside down, but I like, okay, wait. All right, we got an 18 and then we got an 8 ball. All right, Kitty Bailey.
Let's go.
Gunshots are open wounds. Bullets have replaced backpacks. Schools are now cemeteries.
Oh. Can you say that first line again? Gunshots are open wounds. I'm sorry, it's 575. All right, Queen of Drafts.
Yo, that shit was fire.
It what?
That shit was fire. Because the haiku be trying to confine you, bro. You got stuff to call me daddy. Call me God the way I breathe life where there is none.
Wait, call me God.
Don't call me daddy. Call me God the way I breathe life where there is none.
All right, judges. 3, 2, 1. What do you think? Got a 9.9, a 9.8, and a 9.8. Your winner of the night, Queen of Drag! All right, Queen of Drag, you win $20! You will also be invited to the end of the month's, that slam, which is gonna come up, and we will get your information and everything. Give it up for all of your